Well, in front of us is the stadium where the Atlanta Braves play. So, yep, still in Atlanta. What are we going to do today? The Center for Puppetry Arts. Daze with Jordan the Lion begins now. I have yet to go to a game in that park. Olympic Torch. I think we're almost there. Famous Peachtree Street and Gladys Knight Highway. We have arrived! Worlds of Puppetry Museum here at the Center for Puppetry Arts. Well, here we go. Entering the Worlds of Puppetry. And I'm immediately going to make a left into the Jim Henson exhibit. There's the cast of characters. Bert and Ernie, Kermit, Miss Piggy, and Jim. Here they're showing Jim and Jane's relationship. And you can see Jane here working on a puppet that we're gonna see. It says that Jane met Jim in a puppetry course at the University of Maryland. Jim quickly recognized Jane's gifts and invited her to become his creative partner for the show Salmon Friends. Talented artist with a keen, anarchic sense of humor, Jane greatly influenced the development of the puppets. The two married in 1959 and had 5 children. And then there's Jim. And there's Omar the puppet from Salmon Friends that she's working on in that picture. You can tell by looking at the face right up here. I'll show you again. Really cool. So creative. It's Kermit. And here it's telling Rolf the dog. Jim Henson hired puppet builder Don Salen to help create a quick-witted brown dog named Rolf. And then Frank Oz ended up joining, and it says that Jim and Frank together form one of the great comic teams of all time with perfectly matched sensibilities and timing. Frank went on to perform Bert, Cookie Monster, Miss Piggy, and Grover, as well as dozens of other characters including Yoda for the Star Wars films. And he co-directed The Dark Crystal with Jim, which launched a successful directing career. And there's Don Salen. He became the principal Muppet builder and self-proclaimed essence checker of the Muppets. He also helped Henson develop live-action films and animated segments for Sesame Street. He was a dedicated prankster. The demolition-loving character Crazy Harry was originally named Crazy Donald in tribute to Salen's habit of rigging special effects to startle his co-workers. Now we get to walk into Jim's office. Check that out. Look at the moose head. It's like a puppet moose head. Emmy Awards, gold records. His book collection. His desk. He's got Kermit as his lamp, holding an umbrella. That's so cool. The placard on his desk says, "I have an imagination that flows like lava from a psychedelic volcano." Some of his notes from 1979. Family photo that says that in 1965 he started keeping track of all of his activities in a red book, including all of his creative ideas, family accomplishments, and milestones. Puppet ideas. Pretty cool. So the green piece of paper down there says that is his Puppetry Guild membership card. If you look in this photo, you can see the moose head, you can see the Bert and Ernie and Grover needlework. Those are both in here. That needlework, that crochet work, says that him being from a southern family, they took pride in that, and his Aunt Bobby made that for him, being so proud of success, so he always displayed it in his office. Well, the story on this was he just appreciated handmade items, especially animal related, and he found this in the mid-60s and just loved this handmade crocheted, or not crocheted, but paper mache style lamp, and bought it and just had it displayed ever since. Here's some more items, part of his office exhibit, some of his creative ideas, drawings. This is for a religious piece. There's a memo from the White House, handwritten letter from Rosalind Carter to Jim. And there's the Muppets meeting the Queen and Princess Diana. This is a replica of the Bert and Ernie stained glass window that Jim had in his New York City office. Head writer Jerry Jewell commissioned the top half of the window to give to Jim as a Christmas present, and the following year provided the lower half to complete the image. The original window currently hangs in the New York location of Jim Henson's creative workshop. So the top, of course, Bert and Ernie. There's Jim and Jerry. And of course, Jim used to do commercials, use his Muppets in commercials, or create things for commercials, and these are showing some of those. R.C. Cola, the Nutty Birds. Sell, sell, sell. That's the Wilson Certified. Now as we walk into here, look at the Camel. And here's some workshop photos. Some of the characters. Look at that Camel, isn't that great? And he would generally make it out of scraps, old jackets and things like that, so pretty cool. And this whole room is pretty much his creative workshop. There you can see some of the material up here, and the boxes up on top will say Waldorf and Statler. Different costume shirts. The Count, you can see up there on the top. And here we have some of them. This is Bertha. It was on Sesame Street. It says that it's made out of Scott foam, polar fleece, string. Huh, pretty simple stuff. And then Brad, who, come on, let's be honest, Brad looks an awful lot like Bert, doesn't he? Also on Sesame Street. All the way down to the shoes. And then Sherlock Hemlock, also Sesame Street. So over here you'll see his diagrams of how he would create things. That's Kermit the Frog. He's making notes of how he's going to have to make the face move and the body move to create the mechanics of Kermit. And in some cases, what he's going to make them out of. Like if you look down here, beautiful day, you can see how he's deciding to do it. And then down here, his tools to create. I mean, I like showing this kind of stuff because it kind of gets your brain thinking like, oh wow, this is all just normal stuff you can buy pretty much anywhere. Most of it. Nothing out of the ordinary. Up there he's got just Velcro, latex, fleece, stuffing, felt, feathers, foam roll, anything that he would make them out of. Look, there's a mouth up there. And then now you're getting into more of the creative process. Giving them a little bit more of an identity, putting the eyes, giving them features and hair, limbs. And then inside here, it's got the mechanical dog from the storyteller. So yeah, that was not a trained dog, it was created dog. Designed by Neil Scanlon and built by Jane Goodnick. And this is called the Fozzie Amoeba from the Muppet Show, one of his characters. And then from Jim Henson's Mother Goose Stories, this is the Little Nut Tree. And also from the Mother Goose Stories, there's the Blackbird. And then this is Ralph Robin, performed in The Song of the Cloud Forest. All right, now we're heading into Sesame Street. Can you tell me how to get there? Bert and Ernie. I had a Bert and Ernie book when I was a kid that I was just a huge fan of, where they're like washing a dog. Pretty weird. I love that book. This was one of the Sesame Street ones, of course. The detail on there. The character of Bert was designed by Jim Henson, originally built by Don Scanlon, 1969. And then, never without his buddy Ernie. Same deal, built by Don. Dynamic duo. Then over here, we have Clementine and Fred the Wonder Horse. From around 1979 era of Sesame Street. You can kind of tell by the clothes and the hairstyles. Kind of like Hee-Haw. Only partial body. And he was on Sesame Street in 1972 and 73. Big Bird! I don't believe they had Big Bird when they brought him through Los Angeles, so that is so cool. If you haven't seen the documentary on Carol Spinney, the man who gave the life, really, I mean, Jim Henson created the look and everything, but Carol Spinney did the voice and just really embodied that character, and just people loved Carol Spinney. And it says that the most important lesson I've learned is that first you have to dream and then you have to believe in your dreams. That's the only way for them to come true. Carol Spinney. And there's Carol Spinney, who has since passed away, I believe, a year or two ago. Jim met Carol Spinney at the Puppeteers of America Festival, 1969, invited him to appear on Sesame Street for 50 years. Spinny performed as Big Bird. Oscar the Grouch and other characters, he became so adept at working Big Bird that he could even wear roller skates while gliding along the street. As Big Bird, Carroll traveled to China and Japan and conducted the Boston Pops. He won 4 Emmy Awards, the Library of Congress Living Legend Award, and was the subject of a documentary film called I Am Big Bird. He retired in 2018. I just can't even imagine wearing that giant costume for that long, being that character that long. What dedication. And to see the freaking real Big Bird. And Oscar. Can't forget Oscar, he was one of my favorites too. And there's the original idea for Big Bird with how Jim Henson planned on doing it and how Carroll Spinney would do it. His arm up there all the time said one of Jim's most beloveds. Big Bird is at heart an inquisitive 6-year-old and shares the same concerns and challenges of his young fans, offering them important perspectives about life. We have some of the other characters. Cookie Monster. These were all the original 1969. Who couldn't love Cookie Monster? Are you kidding me? Originally designed by Jim Henson and made by Don. And Elmo. This was a photo puppet, so it didn't make it talk or anything on the show. Would have been used for photos. And then this Grover did perform on Sesame Street. 1969. He was an original. And Roosevelt Franklin. What a great outfit, man. Precocious student at Roosevelt Franklin Elementary School, was a main character on Sesame Street 1970 to 75. Character created and voiced by Matt Robinson, and he performed various puppets. He was a poet and classroom leader who often shared a variety of topics with his class, ranging from geography to having pride in oneself. Roosevelt Franklin became such a popular character that he had his own record album called The Year Roosevelt Franklin, Gordon's Friend from Sesame Street, which was the first Sesame Street album to focus on a single character. So now let's head out of 1969 and head on to the soundstage, where they would have, or how they would have filmed it. You can see the half set and the camera. Coming through that half doorway. And then you can see over here Jim doing Kermit. So standing over there with the arm up. And different backdrops they could have used. And oh yeah, the headband. I hope they have that here. He always wore a headband that held his microphone. And they even drew it on. And that's what a production day would have looked like. So here we have a very early puppet. This is 1965 Splurge. I guess I should say Muppet, not puppet, right? I'm not sure exactly when he coined that. Wow, that thing is huge. That's probably 10 feet tall, I would guess. Performed in Hey Cinderella, so this would have been pre-Sesame Street. Then over here, we have Tales from Muppet Land, Leroy Donkey. And T.R. Rooster, and they were on this record, The Muppet Musicians of Bremen, featuring Kermit. Now we'll move along to the Muppet Show. Wow, lots to see in here. Scooter. Mana. From 1971, Jim Henson, Jerry Nelson, Frank Oz, and John Lovelady performed the Muppets at the Hilton International Hotel in Las Vegas during Nancy Sinatra's nightclub act. This performance allowed Henson to experiment with puppetry techniques in various ways. Henson created a large rod puppet named Boss Man, who was built to be strapped to the back of a puppeteer on stage. Along with this experimental puppetry, he included popular segments such as Mana and the Snows, but needed to make oversized versions such as the one seen here of the characters so large audience could see them. Okay. And then over here we have Miss Kitty from the Santa Claus Switch and the Muppet Show. I don't recognize that one. That one I do. That was great. I'm happy to see that one. And then over here, I don't really recognize these, so this will be new to me. 7 Deadly Sins. There's Lust. And then 7 Deadly Sins. Alright. And then Vanity. And Sloth. The Muppet Show, Sex and Violence. That was what it was called. I'd never heard of that. These were the 4 of the 7 Deadly Sins. And then here we have Pigs in Space. Dr. Julius Strange Pork performed in the Muppet Show. And then Captain Link, Hogthrob. Too bad they don't have the Miss Piggy from the Space Pigs. And of course Kermit. Can't miss Kermit with his megaphone in his director's chair. It says Kermit, after numerous early appearances on Sesame Street and other television shows and specials, Kermit found international fame and international stardom on The Muppet Show in 1976. This success continued with the Muppet Movie in 1979 and remains strong to today. The character has been honored with a Macy's parade balloon and featured on the cover of countless magazines including Life, Variety, and Der Spiegel. Says that he was created by Henson in 1955, but this design comes from the mid-1970s. All dimensions of Kermit. One of my favorites. And then I didn't see this either. Muppet Treasure Island. Makes me want to check it out. This is the Tiki statue from that. And the Hispaniola ship. Also from Muppet's Treasure Island. Speaking of Miss Piggy, here she is. From the Muppet's Treasure Island movie. And Ron Bohr. Now let's see what we have as we move into here. Faz Fazakis. Mayor Fox from Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas. And Gretchen Fox from the same one. And And then over here, Sprocket from Fraggle Rock. I did like Fraggle Rock. Sprocket! Time to get away. God, what a great theme song that was. As soon as that came on, you just wanted to get up and dance. Down to Fraggle Rock. Bow, 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 bow. These are radio-controlled systems for making the plants move and the animals and the worms and everything on Fraggle Rock. And here they are. That's great. Oh wow, that's so cool. Uncle Traveling Matt, of course. Just incredible facial hair, incredible look. With the backpack and everything. Yeah. That's a good one. From 1985. And then there's Wembley. And then of course Red, who was just completely out of her mind all the time, which they made, having those like pom-poms on the side, those were like, that was perfect for the character. And then Mavis the Mirror. That's so cool. That is so cool to see some of the Fraggle Rock stuff. Now over here we have the Labyrinth exhibit. Let's go check this out. That's an iconic movie if ever there was. David Bowie. Sir Didymus. The Goblin over here.
We don't know what they do.
Oh, you know what?
Jennifer Connelly. And over here is Fish Lips from Labyrinth also. And check this out. The talking door. Talking door knocker, remember that? So cool to see that. Also from 1985. There's a few more things from Labyrinth. The head casting from Hoggle. Cannonball. And then you have Ludo toy, Fury toy, Fiery toy. And the worm. And in this side, of course, the Dark Crystal. Wow. Wow. That thing is huge. Wow. That's crazy to see in person. That thing is massive. Look at Gartham's back. Here you can actually see how they made the head move with the controls. There's the controls that they rigged up for it. And the crystal bat. Then here's the Kira costume from Dark Crystal. And it says there's a Yoda connection. Gary Kurtz, producer of George Lucas' Star Wars and The Empire Strikes Back, also produced the Dark Crystal, During pre-production on Empire, Kurtz introduced Henson to Lucas, and a mutually beneficial relationship developed between them. The two men shared creature-building discoveries that made Dark Crystal possible, contributed to the creation of the Jedi Master Yoda, and led to Lucas' involvement with Labyrinth. So here we have some of the puppets that Jim created for Crystal Burger. They were doing a promotion and he created these for their campaign. They had something called the Shun the Ho Hum campaign. And then these were from a project Jim did called Dog City, which I've never seen. I don't know anything about Dog City. Now let's see what's in here. Look at the stained glass window up there. So that was the whole Jim Henson exhibit. Fantastic. Now I'll come back and do this other side. This is the global collection of puppets another time because I just think it's too much to take in. But I'll give you a little sneak peek of what you'll see, or what we'll see next time we come. Giant political puppets. Transformation mask puppets, which I've seen these before. I love these kind of things. It closes up to be a mask, and then when you open it, the puppet is inside. Waylon Flowers, Madam. Oh yeah. Waylon Flowers was a beloved son of Georgia. And who doesn't love a Mae West to the left? And Carol Channing puppet, or Muppet puppet. And trust me, there will be a lot more to see when we come back. And Gumby. Alright my friends, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. This place is amazing and I can't wait to come back and show you the rest of it. Like I said, I think sometimes it's just a little overload, and getting to see the Jim Henson stuff was quite a thrill, so hope you guys enjoyed that, and we'll come back and see the rest in the future. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great night from Atlanta, Georgia. Goodbye.